Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have a tournament game because I did in fact play another tournament yesterday. So the next three videos, including this one, will be of that tournament, and this will be recap style. I will try not to use the engine, trying to explain what I'm doing because there's enough people doing that already. So this game was actually very interesting. I was against Ilyasov, and I actually played this person about 2 years ago, around when I started playing over the board chess, and I beat him. He has been playing much more than me though over the board, and he has improved really quickly. The ratings aren't in here right now, but he is about 1850 and I am 1766. So yeah, those are the ratings. He's higher rated than me. I believe he was higher rated than me 2 years ago as well, and he was also one of the state champions. There's three, I'm not going to say which one for privacy. But yeah, I had black against him, and I was kind of excited. And I mean, he's really young, so playing a kid is always like a little bit different, but it's always interesting because you never know what's going to happen. So e4, c5, we play an accelerated dragon, or I guess I play an accelerated dragon, and I take, and now we play accelerated dragon, and he chooses the Miroxy bind. Now I play bishop g7, and he plays bishop e3. This is all theory still, and the move I play is queen to b6, and he chooses this, I would say not exactly passive, but more calm line of knight to b3, and I simply play queen to d8. Now here I was expecting knight c3. This is what people usually play against me in this Miroxy bind, but that did not happen, and he played queen d2. Luckily I still know theory here, so I play knight f6, and my idea is to go knight g4, but he stops that with f3, and now we transpose to a different line. So here we castle, he plays bishop e2, believe it or not this is all still theory, and I play d6, castles, and hey, guess what? I'm still in theory. So I play a5, going to remove this knight. He develops his knight to c3, and I push again, still theory. He puts his knight on d4, and I take it again, still theory. He takes back with the bishop, and I play queen to a4. Sorry, queen a5. And I think no. This isn't the where we deviate from theory. This is still theory. So rook d1 and bishop e6. It's inaccurate for some reason, but it targets basically his only weakness, so I don't think it's actually inaccurate. And he plays king to h1, which is a slight mistake, but it makes sense. He's kind of just waiting. He's moving his king off this open diagonal since he did play f3, which is principled. And I think this is where we deviate from theory, and I play rook f2 c8, again targeting his only weakness and teaming up with my bishop that I just put on e6. So my opponent plays b3 to reinforce the pawn, and I take, and I put my queen on to b4. This is a typical idea in some other Sicilian dragon lines, so that's why I did it here. If they ever push, you basically just take and slide your queen over to b4. It's a very typical idea. You're kind of just targeting this weak pawn, and my opponent plays knight to a4. Now, this is a very tricky move, because in this position I thought if I took, he just simply had knight to b6, but I actually have rook a2, and I didn't see that. Rook a2 is a very strong move, and I'm just up a clean pawn here. He has no compensation. Basically, I'm just fine. His fork didn't work out, but I didn't actually see that. It was my first game, so I wasn't exactly warmed up, and I haven't been playing a lot of chess recently. I've been working, so I haven't really had time to play a bunch of chess. But no excuses here. I still take, but this is still, I'm still better in this position. So rook takes d2, and I play rook c6. And he just simply doubles rooks on the semi-open file, which is principled. and I choose knight to h5. Now I can go here, and it also opens up my bishop to the vision of his bishop. And I thought he would take, but if he takes, then I just do king takes, and I'm fine. He essentially has to go g3 to stop me from going knight to f4, which is a really nice square for my knight. So yeah, he goes g3 immediately, and I do bishop takes d4. The only move here is rook takes d4, obviously. And now I strike with b5. My idea here was to simply go rook c2, which is what happens. And I evaluated that this pawn couldn't make it to b8. Now I am mistaken, and you'll see why in a couple moves. So he plays bishop d3, I play rook to f2, attacking the pawn, and he makes an amazing move, bishop c4. Now, you have to make like pretty inhuman moves here to survive. Knight f6, allowing takes and takes. Knight f6, takes. So you're doubling your pawn, and you're removing your f pawn, which doesn't ever feel natural, unless you're playing a certain opening. So I take, which is inaccurate, because it allows his rook to get onto the c file, and that will in turn help this pawn promote, because once it gets onto b7, he'll be able to give a check, removing my rook, and then promote. So I take on f3, completely oblivious, and he plays rook b1, which doesn't actually make much sense. It's just protecting this pawn, but honestly that pawn doesn't even matter, because if that pawn wasn't there, how much stronger would the b5 pawn be? It would be so much stronger. So I play knight f6, and my idea here was to go knight back to d7 to try and protect these squares. But he plays b6, and I essentially have only one move here, and it's rook b8 now, which is a little bit difficult to see. But I play knight d7. Now, I miscalculated here. He played a move that I thought was fine in a different move order, and it was completely crushing. Here I thought he had rook c7, but then I would just do knight b6, knight b6, and rook to a2, trying to go for a draw. I thought this was a draw, so I'm just like, okay, rook c7 is fine, but the thing is, he has b7 first, rook b8, and now rook c7, and now I can't take the pawn. So I only have one move here that makes any sense, knight f8. The reason this is the only move that makes sense is because if I don't have that move, then he can just give this check, removing my rook, and then I essentially have to take or just lose my rook. Either way, he's probably still going to promote, so I just have to remove the possibility of him giving a check, and that stops him from promoting for at least a little bit. And he can't defend the pawn with knight to c5 since that square is protected. So he takes on e7, which is kind of hurtful. That hurt my feelings. So I play rook to e3. I should really be trying to target this pawn. I should not be targeting other pawns, but it's really hard to see what to do here. For example, I should be going like king g7. I should be able to try and like maybe get my knight over to d8. That's an idea, but that's like 3 moves away. But yeah, I play an all right move, I guess. It's not really going to call anything bad at this point since I'm already completely lost. So yeah, he plays b4. It doesn't actually make much sense, to be honest. I think he wants to free up the possibility of moving his rook. And the reason that this does that is because if he moves his rook now, then I take, and my rooks are doubled onto this pawn. So he pushes it 1 square, which is actually kind of genius. So I play rook a3, targeting the knight, and my opponent plays a brilliant move, rook c1. Ow, that hurts. I can't do anything. I literally cannot do anything. I'm losing. So I take the knight. I can't do anything else. And he plays rook c8, and I take it, and then I resign. Yeah. The reason I do that is because after he takes back, he's just going to do the exact same thing with another b pawn. Or he can literally just double up, and I can't do anything about it. So I play king g7 here, and now he just plays this instead. And I don't have anything. I literally just don't have anything. I'm completely lost here. Usually being down in exchange is not that bad, but my position is just falling apart regardless. Even if I wasn't down in exchange, my position here would be absolutely terrible. But yeah, we played a lot of theory in that game, and I had a better position at one point, and it was a very accurate game. It was a very high level game. My opponent had an accuracy of 92.5, which is very nice, and I had an accuracy of 86.9, which is also not that bad. But yeah, I had a better position, and I kind of threw it away because I got fixated on the idea with b5, which was just a terrible idea because it made his pawn way too strong. Yeah, chess.com decided not to give us estimated ratings this game, but I'm just gonna, label us both as, I don't know. He gets a GM title, and let's see, I get a CM title. You know what? No, I get NM. That's the estimated ratings. There you go. Anyways, don't forget to leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.